Okay, welcome everyone. I'm so excited. Tonight we are going to be talking about beauty from the inside out. I'm here with my co-hosts, Jen and Candace, and we are so excited to have you here tonight. So if you haven't already, please drop in the comments where you're tuning in from. And first up, I want to introduce Candace. Candace, you were actually one of the very first people I met when I came over to Ternant, and I fell in love with your feistiness, and you always look so gorgeous. Candace is from the beauty industry and has come over to Ternant. She brings a wealth of knowledge and experience, not only in direct sales, but also coming from your background. So we're so excited, and I'm going to have you share a little bit about your story, how you came from the beauty over to Ternant Health and Wellness, and a little bit more about your story.
Hey, hi, you guys. I'm super excited to be here. Thanks for inviting me. I love talking about this because it's a big part of my story going from beauty into more beauty from the inside. And like Benny said, thanks for the introduction. My name is Candace Lasharity. I'm a wife, a mom. I live on Vancouver Island. I am 51 and a half. So I'm getting there, right? And that's a big part of my story because I um I came into the beauty industry. I came into network marketing in the beauty industry 10 years ago. And it was really just to like snafu myself a kit of makeup. I've always loved makeup, skincare. I've loved the beauty industry. And I thought, you know what, there's something to this. I leaned into network marketing and I I had a good time. It was wonderful. But my last company I was with for 6 years. We hit the top of that company, and I never thought I would leave. I just thought this is it, right? I loved it. I had, my clients, and I loved the products, and I loved the beauty industry, but I was aging. And sometimes as you're getting older, you realize that it's not always just what's on the outside. Like you really got to start looking at what's happening on the inside. I was also an older mom. I had my son at 38, so I want to be around for a long time. So before I even had heard of Trinont, I started at around in my late 40s, probably like 49ish, 48, 49. Like everybody else in the last 6 years, we started seeing collagen everywhere. I literally call it a collagen craze. It was like popping up on TV, news feeds, Instagram ads, everywhere I looked. And I was super confused, if I'm being honest. I didn't know at the time. Was I looking at powder, liquid? I didn't know the difference between bovine, marine collagen. I was completely overwhelmed. So I started researching and I started looking into like good collagens. I'd gone to my doctor. I was also hitting the age of, the lovely menopause, right? I was dealing with, if you've been through menopause or you're starting to, there's some signs: itchy skin, hot flashes, night sweats, you get aches and pains, like your body's just changing. And I always said that I wanted to go through menopause naturally. I wanted to be able to do that. That was just my personal preference. If I could, I wanted to be able to go through this process, as organically as I possibly could. But I did go to my doctor and said, is there something that I could do? And I have a female doctor my same age. And she said, well, I don't know, but how you feel about it. But she says collagen is the craze. Cool. Okay. She didn't tell me which brand. She didn't tell me what kind. She just said, go find it. So I did. I tried powder. I'm like, I don't feel any different. Nothing's working here. Then I got onto some different liquids. I took some, for about 18 months. I tried it. Nothing really made me feel that different. I could see a little bit of difference in my skin and, stuff like that. But I thought, eh. Then somebody approached me with Trinont, with the glow. And like I said, I wasn't looking for another company. I was just looking for a good collagen. So they came to me with this. And I looked at it and I thought, okay, right. I knew enough to know that there was a lot of protein in here per serving. There was biotin, which I knew I wanted for hair, skin, and nails. And it looked like it was fairly a clean, like clean. There wasn't a whole bunch of stuff in here. I took a screenshot on my phone and I sent it over to a really close girlfriend of mine. She owns a naturopathic clinic in Langley, BC. And I said, will you have a look at this for me? I've been on collagen now for about 18 months. I'm not seeing a big difference. Maybe that's just my body. I don't know. Right. But, this has come across my news feed and I'm curious. So she took about, I think she was about 3 days before she got back to me. And she popped me a quick message and she said, Candace, she says, what you've got there, she says, is gold. She said, run, don't walk. She goes, it's the best I've seen. And she says, well, I don't say that lightly. So I trusted Allison 100%. I'm like, okay, I've got my hands on a good one. So that was how I got started on this. And I've been on this now for about 16 months and it's completely changed the game. I mean, can change the game. I suffered from rosacea. I no longer have that. I don't have the flare-ups of that anymore. My night sweats. And I don't even say that lightly because that wasn't really what I thought would happen. I didn't know collagen could really do that. But the night sweats have stopped. The the hot flashes, I don't have those anymore. And that I attribute 100% to this. There's so many good things about this, right? So when I started on this, I was like, okay, I got to see the comp plan. I'm in the industry, right? So I think when you're an entrepreneur, you're always an entrepreneur. And my good friend Nikki, we were sideline sisters. We didn't work together. We worked in the same company, but totally different lines. And she said to me, let's just have a look. We got on a call with corporate. I took one look at the compensation plan and I thought, I'm in big trouble. Because not only have I found something that I know is a multi-billion-dollar industry, but I took a look at the comp plan and I thought, I can't turn away. I absolutely can't turn away from this. And there's a few reasons. At first, I thought I could do both. This is the honest to God truth. I thought I incorporate beauty from the outside and beauty from the inside. And as I started to lean more into this opportunity and I started seeing the difference, feeling the difference, and just the income that I was making, I knew right away that I had to lean into this and that my market would lean in with me. And it was the best thing I ever did. And a couple of reasons that I found the beauty industry, and you guys will probably attest to this. When I came into network marketing, the beauty industry has changed drastically since I came in. When I came in 10 years ago, there was no such thing as Facebook Live. There was no such thing as, we were taking photos, but there wasn't really videos. I mean, it evolved so much. I mean, Facebook was shutting us down left, right, and center. That's why we created things called VIP groups. I was in that social selling space. We evolved with the times. And then all of a sudden, wham, 2020 hit. And I'll tell you, the beauty industry skyrocketed. It literally skyrocketed because nobody could go out and buy their things. Everything was closed. So people were ordering products to their home. Fast forward to 2022, the world opened back up and people were out. And we hit what I call the TikTok craze, where you had massive influencers on Instagram and TikTok and even Facebook, and they were promoting quick hits. Like, people weren't wanting to wait 2 weeks to 10 days to get a mascara anymore. People want instant gratification. They want to buy something. They want to be able to get Amazon Prime and have their products shipped in the door within 2 days. They don't want to spend $30 to $40 on a mascara. So I knew at that point that the industry had shifted. We had taken a huge shift, and it was either I was going to roll with the punches and hope that I could keep my business that at the time in the peak of that 2020 market, we were selling close to 200,000 a month. And then everything just kind of shifted and it changed. And I feel like after COVID happened, people were really looking at their health. they were really looking closely as to what they were putting in their body. You know, we realized really quickly as a society and as an industry how important our health is. You know, and that if we could get beauty from the inside, right? If you can get your hair, your glowing skin, all of these things happening, that, you know what, you had it beat. And, you know, I truly just had to make that shift. I had to shift out of one industry and go into another, and it was scary. But looking back, it was the best thing I ever did. It truly was. It was the scariest thing I ever did, but the best thing I ever did. You guys hear that dog barking outside? Can you hear that dog? The neighbor's dog is going. "Gada, gada, gada." But oh yeah, yeah. Be quiet, Chester. Anyways, yeah, it was one of those things. I see it happening. I know I'm not saying that the beauty industry will ever fall apart, but I could see a shift happening. And I knew that it was time for me at my age also, that it was time to start really taking care of my health from the inside, and, you know, and radiating that out to the outside. And I knew that my network would fall right in line. And you know what? Sure enough, they have. They truly, truly have. I've been with Truant since February of 2022. It was the month I turned 50. And I always say, you know, when the year I turned 50, everything in my life changed. You know, I made all the changes that I needed to do. And it's been an absolute blessing. So um is that what you want me to stop there? You want me to kind of keep going with my skincare routine?
Yeah,
Or
let's talk
yeah.
about your skincare routine. And we're going to show some before and after pictures of the three of us. So stay on the line here, because you're going to get to see, like, you see Candace's beautiful skin, her beautiful complexion. She shared with you that she's 51 years old, and you're going to get to see like what that shift was, which is like, that's cool, right? Pictures are worth 1,000 words.
Yeah. Yeah, they really are. Pictures are worth 1,000 words. And, you know, like I said, I've always been that beauty guru. I always had like a plethora of stuff in my cabinet, my bathroom cabinet. I would go to bed and it would be like the cleanser. Then I did the serums, the oils, the retinols, the moisturizers, the night creams, the eye creams. I mean, it was crazy. I mean, I loved it, but it got to be a lot. Like it really did. It got to be a lot. And I, you know, I mean, I thought I was doing all the things I was supposed to be doing. And that, yes, and expensive. I mean, I was in the industry, so I got a little bit of a discount, but not really a lot. I mean, I just didn't. And then when this was not launched when I joined, and then it came out in the fall of last year. And when it launched, and they said this Rejuvenate Hydrating Serum would replace everything in my nighttime and my daytime routine. I'm like, no, it won't. There's no way. There's no way. And I thought, well, I'm going to give it a try. So, and I gave it a long 6 months. I said, I will give something 6 months. I took everything off of my cabinets and I said, I will use our cleanser. So we have the Rejuvenate cleanser, and then we have this. And that is all I use on my skin. Now, I will say, if it gets really cold or I'm feeling a little drier, like in the cold winter months, I will grab a quick retinol and toss it in. And I mix it with this. This has got this like air pump thing. I don't know if you guys, for me, like how much is in here? They say this is a month supply. It's not. This lasts me almost 3 months. Is it like it lasts me forever, this stuff.
2 to 3 months, and I put it everywhere.
Me too. Yeah, like it's crazy. So I was like, there's no way that this is gonna replace my, like I used a nighttime oil, like a marula oil on my skin. I used to use like oh my gosh, I had so much stuff. It was ridiculous. 6 months with this. 6 months and just the cleanser, and my skin has never been better. And I do think though it's a combo. I truly do. I think it's a combo of what I'm using. But Jen, I'm curious, Jen, you're the ingredient guru here. I'm the girl that's just like, you know what, just slap it on and I love it. But I want to know why is this stuff so amazing?
For those of you guys who know me, you know that I will not put anything in or on my body without doing a detailed research, deep dive into ingredients. Some of you have been following me for over a decade. You know that I have completely transformed my health through following this protocol of making sure I know what I'm putting in or on my body is safe for my body and going to be doing the best I can for myself. So when I got my hands on this product, it's a brand new product. So I use a website. If those of you who don't know, if you go to ewg.org, it's a website where you can plug in products and or ingredients, and it tells you the safety level of each of those ingredients or products. It's a brand new product, so it wasn't on the charts yet because they don't even know about it. However, I plugged in every single ingredient, all those words that we can't pronounce and what the things, because like when we're talking about skin products, they don't use the food terminology, they use a scientific name. So, right, we have to become scientists to analyze face products and stuff like that, right? And so I didn't know what a lot of the ingredients were. And so I am not from the beauty industry at all. I am from food. And so I am looking at this, and I sat in my bathroom with my cell phone for 2 hours typing in every single ingredient in these products in the Rejuvenate line to ensure before I would share with any one person. I researched every single ingredient in those bottles before I told one person about it, because I will not share something that I will not use myself. And I was really happy with the results because I can share it confidently and use it confidently. And yes, it has made a difference for me. And for me, I have, like you, Candace, I had bought some, like probably not as much as you, but I've been talked into buying a couple of sets throughout my life of like 5 system or a 7-piece system, I think is the biggest one I bought. And I think I like followed that regime for maybe a week, 10 days. Like they give me a 6-week supply and I'm like at 10 days, I'm tapping out because it's too much work, too much time. I don't got time for this. Guys, remember, like I had 4 kids in 4 years. I did not have time to do like morning routines, evening routines. If I had the energy, I was tired too, right? I was lucky if I didn't fall asleep on the couch, never mind making it to a bathroom to wash my face and put stuff on it. So I love that I can keep up with this routine. I have been using it consistently because it's so simple.
Yeah, absolutely. It is. It's just literally, it's wash. It's one little pump of this and away you go. Also, if you're a makeup person, if you're a makeup girl like I am, this is one of the best makeup primers I've ever used. And I have bought them all, everything. I've done everything from All Nighter, Urban Decay. I mean, you name it. This underneath my makeup, it holds it. It gives an absolutely beautiful, flawless finish. Because I have seen sometimes when you have a cream that goes on underneath your foundation, it tends to pill. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. This doesn't do that. And that for me is like, whoa, right? Because I used to be the girl that I would do all my skincare at night and I would do it, but then in the morning I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't put my skincare on because it pilled underneath of my makeup. That was a pain in my butt. So now with this, I can use it morning and night, and in the morning it just goes on, you know, beautifully under my makeup. Although if I'm being completely honest, you guys, I did put some makeup on tonight just because I don't want to scare you guys. But 90% of the time in the day, I'm not even wearing makeup anymore. I was in the beauty industry and I wore makeup to cover the imperfections of my skin. And now I don't have that. And I mean, you know, if you are somebody that suffered from rosacea, broken capillaries, things like that, it's unbelievable. I truly believe that Glow has completely transformed that for me. And I'll just be forever thankful.
I totally agree. And I was watching a video today of myself and I was like, I can't stop looking at my skin because I'm like, I don't even wear makeup, but I don't feel like I need to wear makeup. And it's just like, it blows my mind because I used to like get really nervous being in front of a camera. And like, I always hid at the furthest from the camera because I didn't want to be like upfront, because then I would see myself and I just didn't like the way I looked. And I can't stop noticing. And I think like that's really has improved my confidence as a woman, as an aging woman. And I got told when I was in San Diego, guys, get this, these cute little girls, they're about probably 20 years younger than me. They weren't all speaking English, but one girl translated from another girl and she was so sweet. She's like, she said, you look really young. I was like, yes, I'll take it. Compliment. Right. So that was really fun. So anyways, it's great to get compliments, but let's talk a little bit more about like the gut health and like, okay, guys, if you haven't heard about the gut skin axis, it's the real deal. And so like Candace said, it's a combination, the collagen, the creams and that's all great. But if you are suffering from some like increased issues with gut health, which like 77, I think it was stated that like 74% of like North Americans suffer with severe gut health issues, and they might not even know it because they're not connecting the dots of what the symptoms of their body are and the connection to the gut health. And so we have a product called Enrich, which has been life-changing for so many people. And so that it is a digestive enzyme. It's a plant-based enzyme. It has 11 plant-based enzymes. I have never seen such a full spectrum enzyme before that works in these ways and works like the first time you use it, like you can notice it immediately. And I think like that just speaks volumes of the quality and the formulations, which is what really attracted me to Trinont, was the quality and the formulations. Because remember, I've been in the industry for a long time, the health industry, and have actually specialized training in therapeutic supplementation. So I have been reading these bottles for years and analyzing formulations and ingredients. And when I saw this product of Enrich, I was like, oh my gosh, people can buy one bottle instead of 3. It is a 3-in-1 product. It has stabilized prebiotics, probiotics, the 11 plant-based enzymes. It breaks down your food so that your body can actually access the nutrients. So what happens as we get older, if we sometimes like get like food sensitivities, stuff like that, we're not really necessarily understanding why. It's just like, oh, I'm aging. This is just what happens when we get older. No, the process of your body is not producing the enzymes you need to break down that food. It is not because you're getting older. It's because your body is breaking down for whatever reason, whether you had an injury, whether you maybe didn't treat your body so well when it comes to food, young things, you know, the things we do when we're 20, right? A little bit too much party. Like those things in fact are like, we don't think about it when we're young. We don't think about what's going to happen when we're 40, 50 years old. And what that happens is that ages our health, which then reduces our ability to create these enzymes. And guys, we've all been on a pharmaceutical before. Pharmaceuticals can break our ability to create enzymes and like break our gut lining barriers and stuff like that too. So we've all had this. So, you know, as we age, we can all benefit from a product like this where we can access the nutrients, but also it helps on the other end of absorbing the nutrients and all the way out with the elimination as well. So it helps, I say it's like from top to bottom, your full digestion. And so your gut health is not just in your stomach and your intestinal tract. It starts right from your mouth all the way down. And so this is such a powerful product. And so this is our true like 100% gut health product is the Enrich. And we have so many testimonies, and we have a whole testimony group. If you're watching this video and you're thinking like, maybe I have some gut health issues that I could maybe address, we have a whole bunch of, we have tens of thousands of testimonies that we can connect you to, so you can start reading what other people's experiences are to see if it's something that might be, you know, you might want to give it a shot. The next product I'm going to talk about, Benny, what was I going to talk about after Enrich? I got so passionate about Enrich.
We were going to touch briefly on the Renew.
Renew. Okay. So Renew is a product that is created by one of our our product advisory board member. He's a, oh my gosh, he's got a few different titles, but he has got his PhD in, I think, biochemistry. He is renowned around the world as the vitamin E expert. He discovered the combination of the vitamin E molecules that is specific to the annatto plant, and he patented the extraction of it and this formula that is in our product. So no one else has it. No one else has it. He has a whole book that you can even pick up and read. It's called The Truth About Vitamin E. And in there, he shares that this particular, because lots of food products have vitamin E. If you have a vitamin E supplement right now or a supplement with vitamin E, grab it and read it. I can guarantee you that it's going to be tocopherols in there. Okay, so what we're talking about is a combination of tocotrienols. And the clinical studies that he shares about in his book showed that these tocotrienols were 50 to 60 times more effective in their antioxidant effects than the tocopherols. So very, very powerful. So we know that the cells in our body need protection from the free radicals from things we can't control, like pollution, or, maybe there's some heavy metals in our water that's running from our tap, or, some food contamination, the air. We cannot avoid all chemicals, and that's the reality, but we need protection for our cells. And this product can be something that protects the cells. And I just wanted to also mention, because when we think beauty, like, it's not just for like women, like, guys, we want you to look great too. We want you to feel good, and we want you to look good. And so that is, this product is also helped with a lot of hormone issues for both male and female. So I don't know the mechanisms of why it works, but we're just seeing these testimonies. So I'm not telling you that we cure, heal, or treat anything, but what we know is that we try these products and we have these experiences. And that's what we're doing. We're just sharing these experiences because we know that as a human race, when we share stories, they can be very powerful, and it's the oldest way of passing knowledge on. And so this is why we come to you sharing these stories, is because this is how generation after generation learned the real true things that work in society.
I love it. So awesome. And I've actually heard the vitamin E described as going from like a 1G network from a regular vitamin E to a 50G network. That's how powerful it is. I'm going to share a little bit about my experience with collagen, and then I'm going to get my friend Leslie to jump on as well. So similar to Candace, my love is the collagen. I had tried about 5 different collagens in 2 years, never noticed much of a difference. And it was actually one of our mutual friends, Candace, who messaged me, because what caught my attention was she told me that she had plantar fasciitis and it went away. I had been battling plantar fasciitis for 8 years. And that was the thing that had me be like, okay, I'm going to try this collagen. Within 2 weeks, I was waking up in the morning and my feet were not hurting. My hip was not hurting anymore. So I actually noticed first in my body before the hair and the skin. But the next thing I noticed, and this had been something that I'd really wanted for a long time, was hair growth. So sometime between weight loss, having my son, who's now almost 8, my hair stopped growing. It was about mid-length. I tried everything. And you guys, I tried every oil, tincture, TikTok video, you name it. And then I was telling Candace earlier today, I actually was so self-conscious of my hair when I was going to conferences or lives that I started buying fake hair pieces. because my hair was so thin and it would shed quite a bit when I was showering. So the first thing I noticed was it stopped shedding in the shower and also like in the car and on the couch. And then it has grown, and you guys will see my photos, but I have never experienced such amazing hair growth. As well as I noticed for sure a difference in the fine lines in my face. But also it's now been 10 months and this is the longest I have not had plantar fasciitis in 8 years. And I can now wear high heels, cowboy boots, Blundstones, hike up hills, do all the things. So that was my experience with the collagen. And, as Jen was saying before, what we do is we share with those we love. So I'm going to bring on my friend Leslie, who I shared with. She was one of the first people I shared about our amazing collagen. Leslie, will you come on and share your experience?
Hi. Yeah, so for me with the collagen, like Benny said, she sort of reached out to me. Actually, I think we were talking about just other things in general. And I was talking about just, I don't know, I was having a really tough time in my life and I was feeling really down and probably depressed for the first time ever. I've always been a really positive person, so I expect myself to be really strong, and I hadn't really noticed that it had gotten to that point. And then through talking to Benny, I said, I just feel really down and tired and like overwhelmed, and I just can't sort of seem to catch up. And she was like, well, I have been taking this collagen, it's been really amazing. And so I'm all fired up, and I was like, you know what, let's do it. I don't have anything else to do. And I was kind of Christmas time. So I was at home with 3 kids by myself, and I was like, oh man. So I got my collagen. I think I ordered November, got it in December, and I just took it for a month. I took all kinds of before pictures because I didn't know what to expect. And I actually sort of took some of my legs and my butt because I had seen some really great photos of Lori's butt, which is just out there now in the world. But I didn't know what to expect. So I took pictures of everything. And then after about a month, I took my after photos, and I had to call Benny right away because I was in the bathroom, and I have varicose veins in my legs, and my dad had them as well. And he had surgery. His were always around the back side. So he'd had of his knee, and so you have to have surgery to have them removed. And then that doesn't necessarily fix them. They might have to have more surgery. And I remember seeing mine, they'd always been sort of subdermal. So that was fine. I could see them, but they weren't puffing out. And the last few times I had seen photos or we'd gone swimming, I could see that mine was really puffed out, and sometimes it was really sore. And so after the month, and I'm a person, like, I'm not usually really worried about what people think. I go to the pool, I don't care, but something about this just looked really like unappealing, and it just kind of looks really, I don't know. I didn't like it. I was self-conscious of it. Anyways, so then after the month, I take my after photos, and I'm in the bathroom, and I'm trying to get the right angle to take my leg photo to compare. And I'm like, I can't find the vein. I'm like looking at it, taking a picture here and there. And then I see like the freckle on my leg, and I'm like, oh my God, it's the same leg. It's just no longer puffing out. So I burst into tears, and I'm like, because like, you don't usually get a passive win in the health industry. You don't usually get to just take something. I hadn't done anything different. I had still been kind of overwhelmed and just trying to get through every day. And it just switched everything in my life to like, oh my gosh, I can take something that's going to make my body heal, even if I don't have the capacity or the energy to do it. Because I think, that's our culture, right? You have to work hard to see results. And I do think that's important, but this was like, I needed something to happen for me that I wasn't working hard for, because I just didn't have the capacity to do that. So of course, then I call Benny, and I'm crying. I'm like, oh my God. So for me, that was huge. I mean, hair, skin, nails, there's been so many other things, spider veins, like scar healing, my C-section scars healing, and I'm getting feeling back in that area. So many things. And then I, of course, started to share with my friends and family. My older sister has really bad psoriasis, and my best friend Krista has battled with psoriasis. And I think she was taking the Glow. She also takes the Enrich because skin can be gut health related, or most is gut health related. So she was taking the combination of those two. She sent me a photo of her legs. She's like, I don't think our entire adult lives I've ever not had psoriasis on my legs. And her legs are complete. She's like, I shaved them like with no, like you don't think about when people have psoriasis, how are you going to shave your legs if it's really uncomfortable? So anyways, of course, then I'm like, helping other people is even better than helping yourself. So I just was like, it's just been astounding.
I love it so much. So we're going to pull up some photos. We've shared a lot about the differences we've noticed and we've seen. A lot of them you can't see, but we're going to share some photos with you guys of some of the people who have spoken today. So here we go with our first slide. And this on the left is Candace. You can see the rosacea. And Jen, every time I see your photo, I'm blown away under your eyes and your eyelids. Just amazing. You look, and your forehead, like, looks like you got a facelift. It's amazing.
Well, my skin tone even changed, right? Like it's just like a clearer complexion. And yeah, it blew my mind. So that was my 3 months. That was after 3 months.
That's amazing. And then you can see here, I put on one of my favorite shirts for Cinco de Mayo, and you couldn't actually see the words because my hair was so long. And I had been working at it so hard for 2 years. And just that one shot of collagen has made the hugest difference. This is our friend Krista, who Leslie mentioned, and you can also see in her face, she's also had tons of regrowth. It was a really windy day yesterday, and my baby hairs were going wild. I could really see the regrowth. And then we were talking about Lori Allen's bum. This is one of our mentors here. I think I actually met Lori's bum before her face. This was her collagen loading, where taking more than one dose just to up your collagen levels. And then this is Grace. So on the left, postpartum hair loss. That was her experience. And then here is Leslie, who just shared, and she did call me in tears, and it was amazing. Your skin is also just dewy, and every time I see you, it is like you're aging backwards. And then this is your leg. The first thing that happened when you called me was I checked my veins because I forgot to take photos. So make sure you take lots of photos. This is Beth and Tina. They're not on tonight, but I just have to share that I'm actually not a skincare girl. And similar to Jen, I'd bought in 5-step systems and never got around to using them. But Beth here on the left, she'd been using the Rejuvenate and had great results with her less pain and mobility that she had. But she started using the skin cream in October and sent me her before and after photos. And I bought the skin cream the next day. I just saw the hugest difference. She was like, holy smokes, look at what happened in a month. I was like, and submit order. So pretty amazing. Then this is Tina, who was on the collagen from December to February. And as you can see in the other photo, she's walking without her cane and without a brace from using the collagen. So really, it can do some amazing things, and we're just seeing fantastic results. As Jen mentioned before, we have some testimony groups. So maybe there's something that you're dealing with, maybe it's hormone health or cholesterol levels. You can go in here and search different things, and as well as reach out to whoever invited you, and we're happy to help. And then, if you are watching tonight and you are like me and you're like, okay, I want to try this stuff, there's a couple different ways that you can get your hands on it. And, Candace was sharing a little bit before that she has come over from the beauty industry to Trinot. Similarly, I came over from another company after loving the products and then seeing the compensation plan. So one of our favorite things about the compensation plan is this aspect here, which is our Jeep program. And that's at the very first level. And Leslie, give a little wave. Leslie has a beautiful red Jeep. We just went over to Vancouver in Ruby. And your friend Krista, who you helped get on the products and then start a business, has a beautiful blue Jeep. There's Candace with her Jeep, Trent and I with our Jeeps, and Jen and Mark with your Jeep. We also have sharing bonuses for, as we said, you know, if you're having great results, you just want to share that with other people. So you can earn commission off the products. You can also earn Smart Start bonuses when people start the business. There are 7 different ways to earn in the industry. And you can order either as an associate or as a customer, but I always tell people that you might as well sign up as an associate because then you get a website. So then when you love it, you can share it with someone else. Let's see what else. Here are some more Jeeps on our team. Like, isn't that just amazing? There's Cassie, who's on the call with her Jeep. We have so many people that have reduced their car payment by taking the products, taking on their health, and starting a business. Here is our success roadmap. Candace or Jen, would you love to share kind of your favorite thing about the business side? Sure.
Oh, yeah, of course. Are you kidding? I love this. It was this success roadmap that cinched the deal for me. You know what I love that we get paid so many different ways. I mean, we get the Jeep bonus. We have our team-based bonus. You have your 25 to 50% commission on the customer points. We have a customer point value system here that you get paid. In Canada, it's 50% commission. In the United States, they start at 25 and quickly work to that 50%. We get what's called trailblazer bonuses, maximizer bonuses, stabilizer bonuses. This is the only company that I know that as you're between a rank, so you say you're at a sapphire rank and you're almost to that emerald, that they will actually pay you at the higher rank with these bonuses, and they encourage you to work up towards it. It's unbelievable. I mean, we have trips every year. I mean, I could go on and on. What I love probably the most about this is it's a simple comp plan. It's very, very simple. Again, in my previous business in the beauty industry, I had to have a very high sales ratio personally every month. I had to have a very large unilevel team that I would earn off of. There was a lot of hoops and bounds to go through to get my paycheck every month. At Trenon, it's just very simple. You share this opportunity with 3 other people, like 3 other people. I can think of, 30 other people that would benefit from this business, but it's just 3 that unlocks that. And we build here, and it's infinitely deep, which there's no breakaways, there's no breakoffs. It doesn't mean that somebody 7 layers down doesn't, get an active or hit a certain criteria in a month. That means that will affect the trickle effect all the way up. It just doesn't do that here. So and that was really, really intriguing to me when I came in. What was the other thing? There's 3. The other thing I love is that you get to do this with your spouse. And Benny and Trent and Jen and Mark, and myself and Troy, like, we're all success stories of that. We literally call it double dipping, where you can do that. And it doesn't have to be your spouse. It could be your kids. It could be your mom. It could be your sister. It could be somebody in your family that you just are like, I just want to share this with you and do it with you. And that's remarkable to be able to do that. So, I truly have never, I love comp plans. Like, it's what I love. I look at a lot of different ones, and I have, being in the industry for 10 years, like, people are always, showing you different comp plans. This is probably the most aggressive, and it's just probably the best compensation plan I've seen, to be honest. It's very, very few, if any, that can hold a candle to this one. And what I love is that you don't have to be an expert. You don't have to have been in the industry for 10 years. You don't have to have been, like a big seller or a big recruiter or whatever to come into this. You can literally come in as an affiliate. Get an affiliate link and you can sell like one product, share that one product with people, and you can have a comma in your paycheck. And in this industry, that's extremely, extremely rare. And, for me, that just gives me all the confidence in the world to be able to share this with people. I can say, you know what, you can do this. Like if you're, a stay-at-home mom, or you're a nurse, or you're a teacher, or you're a real estate agent, or you're in the car sales business, whatever it is, there's men, there's women, we have professionals in this business, and we have people that have never even once, somebody like me that have never sold a thing, came into network marketing, and this compensation plan works for everybody.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
So we might just wrap
I'm
up.
supposed to
and-
follow up with that. Oh my
Yes.
gosh, Candace, you laid it out there.
Oh,
Okay, so in my house, we hold 3 positions. We hold 3 positions with I love it. I love that we can hold more than one position. We're gonna have a 4th position come this fall. And I love it. I love it. It's something that you can grow and create a legacy business for your family for future generations. And to me, that is huge because the work you put in today will benefit your family in the future. And that is not always the case in this industry. And so that really really opened my eyes when I learned that. I love all the things you shared, but I love to travel. And I love that we can earn 2 trips a year. And my audience has been watching me go on trips for 13 years. I have never seen it laid out in such an achievable way. And I think that's phenomenal. So anybody can come in and earn a trip within a few months. And I have had to work for 18 months to earn the same type of trips before previously. And now 3 months. Yeah, sign me up. I can push a little extra for 3 months and go on a free vacation. I think that's phenomenal. It's one of my favorite things about this industry because I was not in a position to be able to travel with we've traveled with our kids and without our kids on these trips. And I was never in a position to be able to afford trips like this. Growing a family when we were young and not really being we didn't have ourselves situated before we had kids. We literally got married, had a baby, decided the next year we should have another baby, and then we bought a house, and then we had a baby, and then we had another baby. That was all in 5 years. And so it's not like we had this financial and I was home, so we were living off of one income that was a very small income. And so this has afforded us to do traveling like we never would have had the opportunity to do had I been working a part-time job or a full-time job, or I was never going to go back to work at a corporate position. Let's face it, I committed to staying home with my children, and I just was not going to allow anything to stop that from happening. However, I didn't intend to work, but I thought it's just such a great industry. And I love that this is available for people to have that flex life and to be able to work from home as long as you have one of these. Not necessarily this brand, but as long as, oh, my light turned on. As long as you have one of these, you can make money. Social selling is the number 2 largest growing industry in the world. If you're not into it, you're just missing out. That's all. We want to buy from real people, right? How many of you, hands up, if you're you see something that someone that you love and trust, and they recommend something, whether it be a movie, a restaurant, or a collagen, you're gonna be okay, tell me more. I want to try it. So trust your friends and support your friends, and we'll give you all the good things.
Absolutely. And, in the beginning, we talked about the different kinds of people we are. Jen, you're the ingredient girl. Candace, you're the skincare girl. I'm the girl who likes to just ask the people I know, okay, which is the best stroller that I should get? which is the best makeup I should use, which is the best collagen I should use. And that's what I love about this industry is we really are just sharing what we use and love. And one of my favorite things on coming on these overviews is I get to learn more about the products, about people. It gives us a chance to come together. And I love that we may be in business for ourselves, but not by ourselves. So Candace, Jen, and I, we all connected in Mexico and we get to work together. So I just love that so much. I'm just going to take us off the screen for a minute. And we're just going to close off tonight by thanking everyone. You can get back to whoever invited you tonight and they can get you information on their website or the associate bundles. I'd love for you guys to throw in the comments, what was one thing that you learned or inspired you about tonight? And yeah, anything else anyone wants to say to close off tonight?
I just want to give a special thank you, shout out for Candace for sharing her story and showing up. And Candace, we're going to see more of Candace. We love working with Candace. We're going to pull her in more because we think she's brilliant and has lots to offer. And so I just want us to give a special thank you for you. And I love that we get to work together.
Oh, I thank you guys so much. I just think you guys are absolutely amazing. I got to squeeze Benny on the weekend and I can't wait to see you again. It's coming up soon. For those of you guys that are new, or if you're watching this, we're all going to be in Vegas in September. Yeah, Leslie's like, whoop, whoop. It's just going to be amazing. We have a lot of fun here. We have a lot of fun, right? It truly is, I think, one of the hands down best company and on the planet, where you can get your health together, your wealth together, you can travel with your friends, you're meeting new people. I mean, it's a ball. We just have so much fun here. I just appreciate you guys. I really do. It's been so awesome.
Awesome. Well, thanks for coming on, everyone, and have a fantastic night. Bye.